Hello, good day to all of you Kapep Talks out there. And I'm gonna inform you what I have done in getting my mayor's occupational permit and health card in the city of Mandaluyong. And I provided videos and graphics for my actual work processing in that kind of requirements needed in our establishments, supermarkets. And now it's a bit challenging to me because I would like to tell a story in this language. So bear with me and thank you for helping me to practice myself. Okay. First of all, to begin with, um, upon arriving at the city hall, of course, night before, I had already prepared container for stools and urine, and also one by one ID picture and any government ID for transaction at the counter, and of course the amount of money that is needed for that kind of requirements. And as I have said earlier, upon my arriving in the city hall, there is what you call the chairs uh, outside the blue building. Blue building is what they call the new building. So, in synonyms or the other terms for new building is blue building because practically it's colored blue. Okay, and in the blue building, outside of it, there's a lot of chairs, and the purpose of that chair is for the applicants process their requirements inside. They need to fall in line. They need to sit there in accordance to the first come first serve basis because you're going to wait until your turn. That's what process it is outside the blue building. And once you came into the blue building, you have to ask for the cedula or individual community tax. Where can you find that? And then you're gonna proceed there. And upon proceeding, you need to prepare for the amount of 20 pesos. Okay, 20 pesos. And of course, you need a black ball pen because you are fill out a form or sheet of paper containing the information of your name, what do you call address, your contact number, or anything else I will provide in the graphics in this video. And after you had fulfilled the forms and you pay the counter for the cedula, you're going to pay for the counter payment for the leasing of receipts for four kinds of receipts for mayor's permit, health card together with stool and specimen in laboratory fee, and X-ray. Third is X-ray, and fourth is police clearance. That kinds of receipts is for in the amount of 455 pesos. And after you had received that four receipts together with your cedula, so there must be five kinds of documents you're going to bring in the whole day of your processing of your requirements. I will reiterate again the mayor's permit, the health card, stool and urinalysis or laboratory fee, the X-ray fee, and the police clearance, and the cedula or individual community tax. And when you had received it already, you're gonna go to uh, the laboratory area where can you submit your uh, stool and urine. And after you had submitted, you're going to fall in line again for the X-ray because there is also a process of first come first serve basis in X-ray. But because before you fall in line, you need to get the X-ray form. You also need to fill out the information needed in that slip or small piece of paper, and then you fall again. You fall in line in the seats there. You're going to wait for your turn or your batches. And before I forget, you need to ask personals or staff in the receiving area where these tools where these specimens being submitted. We need to ask what time can I return for you to be able to release the results of my specimen. And at the moment of that, in my experience, it's 12 o'clock in the noon, as they have said to me. So upon confirming the time of return for the results of specimen, I quickly get the X-ray form and then I fall in line for the uh, X-ray testing. Then once the X-ray test is done, then I immediately go to or ask first before I go out of that building. Ask first when can I be able when should I be able to return for the result of X-ray. And then he said to me, the staff there, at 1 o'clock. Okay. So I estimated my time for the result of specimen and X-ray. It's 12 to 1. So because that is two long hours, so I need to process my police clearance while waiting for the result. I process my police clearance, and it takes 10 minutes or 15 minutes only. And after that, I came back to the laboratory area and asking for the results, and of course asking for the results also of my specimen and X-ray. Of course, there are two kinds of results that you need to wait for: the X-ray result and the specimen, including your urine and stool. And after I had got the laboratory results of these two or three, specimen and X-ray, I'm proceed already to the blue building again. I came back to the blue building where I came from the my first entrance to the city hall. I came back to the blue building and asked the guard in the entrance where is the releasing or area for health card. And then he said, and the guard said to me, on the third floor. And because it is on the third floor, I immediately upstairs and I immediately climbed upstairs to the third floor and prepare the following requirements for health card, like one by one ID picture, police clearance. Police clearance, by the way, it must be from the city itself, from the, like for example, like this is police clearance that needs to be processed in Mandaluyong city, not in any other city. So that's why it is in the package payment on the counter for mayor's permit and health card. So police clearance, one by one ID picture, and then the results of X-ray and specimens. That's all. And then of course you need to have a black ball pen because there's also a small slip of paper that you need to fill out. And upon filling out and submit, you need to wait for your name to be called by the staff or any personnel that are calling names for you to be able to proceed to counter 24 or 23 on the ground floor nearest to the entrance. And upon receiving your health card, because once your name had been called and you get your health card, you need to sign it already. You need to sign it and have a thumb mark. Of course, it is also optional because if there are no available uh, thumb mark for that, unlike in police clearance, there is an available ink for thumb mark print. Okay, and then if you had already your health card, we're going to proceed to counter 22 or 24 on the ground floor, and immediately ask for staff if there's any staff there designated for the for the lines. Okay, for the process of where can you find or where can you get the form that you need to fill out. Okay, from the counter. And once you get into the counter, you need to pay for 30 pesos for mayor's permit. And after you had fulfilled or filled out the mayor's permit form, it's done already. You had your mayor's permit and you had your health card certificate. And then you need to be able to laminate the health card for you to wear it in the store premises where you are employed. That's all, Kapep Talk. Thank you so much for letting me practice my English. I know it's not better, but through practice, it will be better soon. Thank you so much. Have a good day.